Across the vast canvas of history, few figures loom as large and as menacingly as Genghis Khan. His name alone evokes images of sweeping hordes, ravaged cities, and unparalleled brutality. His campaigns left a trail of devastation, but they also reshaped the world in ways that are still felt today. Born into a world of nomadic tribes and endless steppe, he rose from obscurity to forge an empire that would span continents. His early life was fraught with hardship and struggle, shaping him into a leader of unparalleled resolve. Genghis Khan, the Great Khan, left an indelible mark on the world, one etched in both blood and glory. His military campaigns were not just about conquest, they were about creating a legacy that would endure for generations. This is the story of a man who, through sheer will and military genius, united warring Mongol tribes and unleashed them upon an unsuspecting world. His ability to inspire loyalty and fear in equal measure was key to his success. It is a tale of lightning-fast campaigns, innovative tactics, and a ruthlessness that knew few bounds. His strategies were ahead of their time, utilizing speed and surprise to overwhelm his enemies. From the deserts of Arabia to the frozen plains of Russia, Genghis Khan's armies rode, leaving behind a trail of both destruction and awe. His conquests stretched from the Pacific Ocean to the heart of Europe, creating the largest contiguous empire in history. But the story of Genghis Khan is not merely one of conquest and bloodshed. His empire, while born of violence, fostered trade, religious tolerance, and cultural exchange on an unprecedented scale. The Silk Road flourished under his rule, connecting distant lands and cultures. His empire, while born of violence, fostered trade, religious tolerance, and cultural exchange on an unprecedented scale. He welcomed scholars, artisans, and traders from all corners of the world, creating a melting pot of ideas and innovations. He established a system of laws and governance that brought stability to vast swaths of the world. The Yasa, his code of laws, was a unifying force that helped maintain order across his diverse empire. The Mongol Empire, under his iron fist, became a conduit between East and West, forever altering the course of history. The exchange of goods, ideas, and technologies between these regions laid the groundwork for the modern world. This is the paradox of Genghis Khan, the duality of a legacy forged in both brilliance and barbarity. His achievements in governance and culture are as remarkable as his feats on the battlefield. He was a man who could order the massacre of entire cities, yet weep at the death of a loyal servant. This complexity makes him one of history's most enigmatic figures. He was a ruthless conqueror who nonetheless ushered in an era of peace and prosperity within his domain. The Pax Mongolica, or Mongol peace, allowed for unprecedented stability and economic growth. To understand Genghis Khan is to grapple with the complexities of human nature itself, to confront the intertwined threads of greatness and horror that can reside within a single individual. His story is a testament to the heights and depths of human potential, a shadow across time that continues to fascinate and terrify. To truly comprehend the meteoric rise of Genghis Khan, we must journey back to his early life, a time when he was known as Temujin, a name that would soon be lost to the winds of history. Born in 1162 into a world of feuding Mongol tribes, Temujin's childhood was marked by hardship and uncertainty. His father, a chieftain, was poisoned by a rival clan, leaving young Temujin and his family to fend for themselves on the unforgiving steppes. Life as an outcast hardened Temujin, honing his survival instincts and his ambition. He learned the art of war, the importance of loyalty, and the value of strategic alliances. He navigated the treacherous world of Mongol politics, slowly but surely consolidating his power base and uniting the disparate tribes under his banner. Temujin's rise was not without its setbacks. Betrayed by allies and hunted by enemies, he faced numerous near-death experiences. But each challenge seemed only to strengthen his resolve, to solidify his vision of a united and powerful Mongol nation. His charisma, coupled with his undeniable military prowess, drew followers to his cause. Warriors flocked to his banner, inspired by his vision and his promise of glory. In 1206, at a gathering known as the Kurultai, Temujin achieved what had seemed impossible. He united the fractious Mongol tribes under his rule. No longer Temujin the outcast, he was proclaimed Genghis Khan, the oceanic ruler, the undisputed leader of the Mongols. From a young age, Temujin was immersed in the traditions and skills that would later define his leadership. He learned to ride horses, a crucial skill for any Mongol warrior, and became adept at archery and combat. His mother, Holin, played a significant role in shaping his character, instilling in him the values of resilience, leadership, and the importance of family and loyalty. As he grew older, Temujin began to form bonds with other young warriors, understanding the importance of alliances and the strength that came from unity. His first battles were a testament to his bravery and tactical acumen. Even as a young warrior, Temujin displayed a keen understanding of battlefield strategy and the ability to inspire those around him. The harsh winters of the Mongolian steppe tested Temujin and his family, but their perseverance in the face of adversity only strengthened their resolve. These early experiences of hardship and survival were crucial in shaping Temujin's future leadership. Temujin's ability to negotiate and form alliances with rival chieftains was another key factor in his rise to power. He understood that diplomacy was as important as military might in uniting the Mongol tribes. With each victory, Temujin's reputation grew, and more warriors were drawn to his cause. His vision of a united Mongol nation resonated with many, and his promise of glory and prosperity inspired loyalty and dedication. The title of Genghis Khan was not just a name. It was a symbol of his transformation from an outcast to a ruler of unparalleled power. It represented his journey, his struggles, and his ultimate triumph in uniting the Mongol tribes. As Genghis Khan, he led his warriors with unmatched leadership and military prowess, forever changing the course of history. His legacy as one of the greatest conquerors of all time was built on the foundation of his early struggles and the lessons he learned as Temujin. The vast Mongol empire that Genghis Khan built stands as a testament to his vision, determination, and unparalleled leadership. His impact on history is undeniable, and his story continues to inspire and captivate to this day. With the Mongol tribes united behind him, Genghis Khan embarked on a campaign of conquest that would reshape the map of the world. His vision was not just to conquer lands, but to create a legacy that would be remembered for centuries. The unification of the Mongol tribes was a monumental task in itself, but it was just the beginning of his grand plan. His armies, renowned for their horsemanship, archery, and discipline, swept across Asia with a speed and ferocity that left their enemies reeling. The Mongol warriors were not just soldiers, they were a force of nature, trained from a young age to ride and fight. Their ability to cover vast distances quickly and strike with precision was unparalleled. Genghis Khan was a military innovator, a master strategist who understood the importance of speed, mobility, and psychological warfare. He studied the tactics of his enemies and adapted his strategies accordingly. His ability to think several steps ahead of his opponents often gave him the upper hand in battles. Unlike the armies of his time, which often relied on cumbersome formations and heavy infantry, Genghis Khan's forces were a fluid and adaptable force. They could change their tactics on the fly, responding to the ebb and flow of battle with remarkable agility. This flexibility made them a formidable opponent on any battlefield. Mounted archers, capable of raining down deadly arrows from afar, formed the backbone of his army. These archers were highly skilled, able to shoot accurately even while riding at full gallop. Their ability to strike from a distance and then retreat before the enemy could respond was a key element of Mongol warfare. They could harass the enemy, disrupt their formations, and vanish back into the steppes before a counterattack could be mounted. This hit-and-run tactic kept their enemies off balance and constantly on edge, never knowing when or where the next attack would come. Genghis Khan also understood the importance of intelligence and psychological warfare. He knew that knowledge was power, and he made sure to gather as much information as possible about his enemies. This information allowed him to plan his campaigns with precision and to exploit the weaknesses of his foes. He employed spies extensively, gathering information on enemy troop movements, fortifications, and morale. These spies were often able to infiltrate enemy ranks and provide valuable insights that gave the Mongols a significant advantage in battle. He would often offer his enemies a chance to surrender peacefully, promising to spare their lives and property if they submitted to Mongol rule. This offer was not just a tactic to avoid unnecessary bloodshed, it was also a way to integrate conquered peoples into his growing empire. Those who resisted, however, faced the full wrath of the Mongol war machine. The Mongols were relentless in their pursuit of victory, and they showed no mercy to those who stood in their way. Their reputation for brutality was well earned and served as a powerful deterrent to resistance. Cities that refused to open their gates were besieged and stormed. The Mongols were experts in siege warfare, and they had a variety of tactics at their disposal to break through even the most well-defended fortifications. Genghis Khan's engineers developed sophisticated siege weapons, including catapults that could hurl massive stones and incendiary devices to breach even the most formidable defenses. These weapons were a testament to the Mongols' ingenuity and their ability to adapt and innovate in the face of challenges. The Mongols, masters of deception, also employed psychological tactics to demoralize their foes. They understood that the mind could be as much a battlefield as the physical terrain, and they used fear and confusion to their advantage. They would feign retreats, luring enemies into ambushes, and spread rumors to sow fear and discord among their ranks. These tactics were designed to break the spirit of their enemies, making them easier to defeat in battle. The combination of military prowess, strategic brilliance, and psychological warfare made Genghis Khan and his Mongol army one of the most formidable forces in history. Genghis Khan's conquests, while swift and decisive, came at a terrible human cost. His armies, driven by a combination of ambition, discipline, and a belief in their divine right to rule, left a trail of destruction and death in their wake. Cities were razed, populations decimated, and entire civilizations shattered. The Mongol conquests were often accompanied by acts of unimaginable cruelty. Genghis Khan, a firm believer in collective punishment, held entire populations accountable for the actions of a few. If a city dared to resist, if even a single arrow was fired at his troops, he would order a reprisal that would echo for generations. The accounts of contemporary chroniclers paint a grim picture of the horrors inflicted upon those who dared to stand in the path of the Mongol hordes. Massacres were commonplace, with entire populations put to the sword. Prisoners of war were often used as human shields or forced to march ahead of the Mongol armies, absorbing enemy arrows and explosives. The psychological impact of the Mongol conquests was no less devastating. The speed and brutality of their advance, coupled with the tales of their barbarity that spread like wildfire, instilled a sense of terror throughout Eurasia. The Mongol Empire, built upon a foundation of conquest and fear, served as a stark reminder of the fragility of human civilization in the face of unchecked ambition and military might.